Hi everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. So if you're like me, we have now entered not panic mode, but full on I need to create quickly mode. So this week is Thanksgiving week. So I host Thanksgiving. I have to get Card Club out. We still have to finish renovating our kitchen. We have a lot to do this week. And the biggest of it, that for me would be hosting Thanksgiving and getting Card Club out. But in the back of my mind is, oh, you still don't have enough Christmas cards. So I am going to show you a card that, well, I'll explain it as we go because it's changed since I originally designed it. But that's the beauty of this card, is that if you are like me and you find yourself still needing to create and you need to use what you have, we can make it work. So you still have time to order stamps. Probably if you need stamps, I would be getting them for your Christmas projects in the next few days because Stampin' Up! Is closed over Thanksgiving. So you want to get your stuff shipped out as soon as possible. So before I get going on today's card, I have some preview videos up, and next week I will be opening on Tuesday. I think it is. It's the 19th. Maybe that's Monday. I don't know. My birthday's next week. You would think I would know what days or what. It may be Sunday. I don't know. But I will be opening. It will definitely be open by Tuesday because that's the day I'm working. On Monday, I'm getting my hair done and doing my Thanksgiving shopping. But I will open registration to my Try It class. When it opens, there will be a card. You want to see pieces of it? That's another thing I have to do. So I have all these pieces sitting here. Isn't this paper beautiful? So this is going to be the first project for Try It class. And when it posts, that means registration is open and you can see the first of the 10 projects. My Try It class is online. So no matter where you are, you can participate. So go check this out. There's an unboxing video that you may have already seen because lots of people have seen it. So today's card, I feel like normally I don't show you my other card, my alternate card till the end, but we're going to do it a little bit different today. So this is super quick. We made this at my stamp camp, my in-person, the only in-person event I still do this past week. So it's very simple. But it's still beautiful. Everybody liked the card. I would be happy to send it to anyone. In fact, some of you, because I send Christmas cards out in December to customers, some of you may get the card because I'm going to mass produce them, but they're going to be all a little bit different. So with this card, this is the Oh Holy Night paper. So if you already have it, you may already have it because lots and lots of people have it because it has been back ordered a couple times and now it is finally sold out. So you can't order it anymore. And this is the Shining Brightly. Again, you can't get it. There's these two in the autumn. All the rest of the papers you can still get. So that's what I used on here. And this is just the back side of that piece. And then this is my star. So you can see that. That's Oh Holy Night. If you don't have it, that's okay. I was gonna do the video with that, and then yesterday the paper sold out. So we just go with what we have. I cut the manger out. I wanted it to be the nativity scene, a more subtle card. So this is some wood paper. Now I'll tell you which set I got it from, but if you've bought Stampin' Up! Paper, there is a high likelihood that you have something that has wood grain on it because we've had wood packs of paper. We had that giant pack that I called the Home Depot paper. Right now there is wood on several of the backs of designs. So just look through what you have. You probably have some wood. This is from last month's Card Club paper, The Joy of Christmas. So that's currently in the catalog and that is available. And there's the wood grain pattern in that. And then there's the wood grain that has the music notes superimposed on it. So I'm going to switch up. I'm going to go with this because we still have this. And I'm confident you can find wood paper, or you could run this through on pecan and then send it through a wood grain folder. That would also give this the sense that it was carved out of wood. So if you don't have Oh Holy Night, and you have lots of stuff, what else could you maybe use? So for my stars, I'm gonna do gold foil. You could use any shimmery golds, any golds will work. The gold foil on this hybrid folder is stunning. In fact, it's gonna be prettier than that, but it's a little, I was trying to keep this subtle. This is gonna make it a little bit more glitzy, but that's okay. So I pulled out 2 pieces that were just laying on my desk, and the reason they're laying on my desk is because I keep old Card Club papers so I can always remember. So here's 2 that I'm gonna make 2 of these cards. This is from Earth and Elegance, and this is from the daisies. So I think we did this in Card Club in May, and we did this maybe in August. It's been more recently that we did the Earth and Elegance. So if you're in Card Club, you've already got some of these papers. So they need to be cut 4 by 5 1/4. And if you have scrap paper like this one might not be 4. It is 4. But if it's not 4, it can be a smudge under or over. Same with the 5 1/4. It just gives you a little bit different of a border on the back of your card. So here's this. And we'll see which ones we like. The thing is, the people getting your cards, they don't know. They don't know what you're doing. So let's go ahead. I'm going to make more of these. So let's do this 4. And then this one's going to be really pretty. It's going to also have the illusion of wood grain on the back as opposed to desert. This one's still going to, this one, even though it's the daisy paper, is going to keep that desert theme going, I think, pretty well. In fact, people may see it and think that they didn't get that piece of paper in their Oh Holy Night paper. So I have Stars at Night or Night Divine. Both of these names are in the suite. This suite has 2 stamp sets. So I pulled out the Oh Holy Night. I'm going to use the same sentiment. If you still have a Stamparatus, I will be hooking mine up. We don't sell it anymore, so I don't show it to you because you don't have to have it. But if you do, pull it out. This is espresso. I wanted the darkest brown. Now, if you want to glitz them up a little bit more, because we're going to put the gold foil on here, feel free to do this in gold embossing. That would be beautiful. It would add just a step more. But if you're getting going on your Christmas cards, I almost said wedding invitation. See, this shows up really nicely on that. Then let's go. I'm going for the lightest, the place where the cardstock is the lightest, or the background, which is the same thing I did here. You just find the part that's the lightest, and then this will show up the best. Stick this in the corner, but it would be beautiful embossed in gold or copper. We have copper embossing powder. And the nice thing about the Oh Holy Night is I think that it doesn't, the direction of it, the way they designed it, it kind of goes when it's in the night sky, however you want to do it. So I will just show you this. Normally I wouldn't show you this, but here's my 2 pieces of wood grain, and I'm going to cut them both at once. I think on this, I could probably do 3 at one time. I know from all the pieces of stuff that we have to cut from Card Club that often 3, especially on tags or deckled circles, anything, rectangles like that, you can usually get 3, sometimes 4 out of designer series paper, 2 out of cardstock. But if you're making multiple Christmas cards, it's a whole lot faster to do these 2 at a time. Now, anytime it has cut and emboss, which this does, and I just want you to see that it worked. Sometimes the bottom one may not have quite as much embossing, so that's why I usually go with 2. Take your pick tool. Oh, here's my other one. I was gonna say, I haven't unpacked all of my camp stuff yet. So pop these out. And this is why in Card Club, I always tell them, if you don't think you have both your pieces, to see if they're stuck together. So here's our top one. You can see everything poked out just fine. I think this one could do 3. So we have our 2 pieces. Now we need to do our stars. This has to be done one at a time, but I'm going to show you a secret for it too. This is the hybrid embossing folder. I can't show you the secret on mine because I cut the paper before I decided I wanted to do multiple different cards. So if you haven't got this, it is super fabulous. It's so pretty. So this goes in here. So the side that says Stampin' Up, when you put these in here, they lock in. See, it's grabbed on those. On this card, I just want this star. When I start doing multiple cards, I may do all 3 of them. You could cut this one down a little bit because it's going to be a little bit large. I put my gold foil. I showed it to you. There it is. So we'll do it twice just so you can see it. So I want this one. So these are locked into place. I'm going to put that piece there. If you want all 3 of your stars, cover the whole thing. And then just carefully shut that. You want to make sure that the whole star, which you'll be able to see, is encapsulated. Flip it over. Remember, you always go through hinge first when you use any embossing folder, but especially these that are hybrid, because you don't want to cut or mess up your folder. And when it goes through Hinge first, it's grabbed it all. If you go through the other way, then it can kind of squish it. That noise is me. I keep hitting my handle. It's squeaky. Look how pretty this is. So it's a little bit more glitzy. If you want more subtle and you have the Shining Brightly paper, that's that. So I'm going to do another one of these. You don't have to watch the second one. Here's my second one. So see, you could easily do, especially these two sizes. I don't know that cutting it is great for the embossing folder to add more than one piece of cardstock, and especially foil, it's a little bit thicker. So that's all of that. And anytime you are mass producing, do all of your steps. So if you're doing multiples of these stars, do all the stars. Cut all of these at one time, it just goes a lot faster. So we have this. Those look fabulous on here. So the ribbon I used, I am going to use it on one of them because I want to make sure that you know it's in the catalog. At camp, we realized that there is a little bit of confusion still about the online exclusives. They first came out in March of this year. It's going to be something ongoing that Stampin' Up! Does, so I want to make sure that you know that they're there. There was the little rhinoceros that was an online exclusive. We've had, oh, these pretty borders that are sitting here because I keep intending to use them, and I still haven't used them much. There's the red polka dot ribbon. There's the stained glass Christmas set. There's the really pretty paper that looks like it lights up. That paper is in there. Online exclusives just means it won't be in a catalog. It doesn't mean that it's exclusive or you have to be someplace special to buy it or you have to be part of some exclusive something. It means I'm going to start calling it exclusively online. So this ribbon is exclusively online. You're not going to see it in a catalog. So you go to my website, or if you go underneath this video, I will have the link to it. It is called Pecan Pie. Of course, I always do it the wrong way. Center stripe ribbon. So it's very pretty. It's cotton and it's got that little piece of pecan pie through it. So I'm on this one. I'm going to put it on this one. I'm going to tie a little bow over here. Again, when you're mass producing, you save ribbon if you don't cut it off until you've tied it. So tie your pretty little bow here. And fluff it back up, and I want it to go just like that. It's a little bit long on that side, but that's okay. And then you'll have so many other ribbons that you can use. So let's see. You probably have linen thread. This is in the catalog. It's a little bright for it. Any past gold ribbon. We have this twine that would look beautiful. For this one, I'm going to use this up. This is from the All About Autumn, but it's available again. It's the end, so I tell you to do off the ribbon and then I get a piece that is off. So this was the All About Autumn, and it's a double ribbon. The other one, I must have used it up already because it's not here, but the other pattern that comes with this would also look great on this card. Again, if you were in Card Club, you have this ribbon, so you have this. So tie your bow. And then let's stick our bows on. So I want the bows about under my Oh Holy Night. When you do a bow like this, then the tape, you're in control of all the directions it goes, which is my favorite because then you can make your bow look perfect. Gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put them both on early espresso because that's what my original card is on, and it helps make that wood piece pop. That way, once I get the ribbon on these, I can go ahead and put it on the card. This is about ready to run out, so hopefully we make it through this project. Pop this on here. We have that. Let's get the ribbon on this one. in half. We may end up liking one of them better than Oh Holy Night. The Oh Holy Night paper just has a lot of paper. If you have that in it, you'll be able to make a ton of these cards because there's a lot of the pieces that will work for plain background. Or you could have one that has the Bethlehem Village or one of those other pieces. Let's see if I can make it on the tape. This side of the paper is so pretty. I love the daisies. But sometimes when you've waited too long to do something, you gotta go with what you have. This copper is really pretty on the daisy paper. So when we used this paper in Card Club, the copper ribbon didn't even exist yet because it was that catalog hadn't come out. So you can grab this ribbon to go with your daisy paper if you still have some. Is it daisies? I think it's daisies. For a second I thought, oh, is it sunflowers? But it's daisies. So we have our gold stars. If you have this paper, it would also look really pretty on it. The reason I went with this paper, I'll just tell you design choice wise, is it has a little bit of foil, but again, it was a little bit more subtle. And I was going for a subtle look on this card. As apparently lots of other people were too. Thus it sold out. Put that one there. You could use fine tip glue to put these on because I'm gonna be lucky if I can get through the end of that without running out of adhesive. This is actually easier to put on with the glue. I didn't use any kind of dimensionals because again, I designed this card for those of us that have to make a lot of cards still, and we have more supplies than what we have time. So dimensionals are just one more thing that you have to have, and I find tearing off all those backs if I'm making 100 of something under a time crunch just isn't fun, and they make a giant mess. So we have this. Now, on my original card, which I will use it on one of these, I used the adhesive backed speckled dots, which are from the holiday catalog. I'm fairly certain that these will continue on after the catalog finishes. And they were on back order for a while, but they are available again. So let's go with these colors. We have this copper clay color. I'm gonna put one of those right here. And then there's kind of a crumb cake color. So these will be some of our smaller stars over here. So there's that one. And then for this one, let's try something else. Because in Card Club, you have these, but your colors may start to run out. You might not want to put green on your desert card. And I have a lot of green left. So let's go. We've gotten these in Card Club before too. These are the adhesive back sparkle gems. And we used them on a card yesterday, a Christmas tree card, I think. But we used the silver one. So now I have lots of the gold ones left of this. But we did get these in Card Club. Or maybe they were a free with purchase thing. Sometimes I can't remember what I've used for what. So put a big one here in the middle. And let's get these three here. And I always tell you to use an odd number. But on this, we are using an even number because I'm not really counting that one. That one's kind of setting off our star. So there's that. Then one final step, just because I wanted this to look a little bit sparkly. So hopefully you can see the sparkle. It is raining here today, and I don't have time to wait for the sun to come out because it's going to be a couple of days. But it does have sparkle on it. And I just wanted a little bit, so I took one of my Stellas. And you're just going to take your bone folder. And you want to whack hard and close. Little taps won't do it. Little taps don't work great on a blend. They really don't work on the Stella. It has to be hard. And I like to use my ones that are almost gone, so there's hardly any ink up here. But you can see it down around there, and you can push as hard as you can to get that rest to come out. So aim on your card where it's the darkest. So over here where they're, because this Stella shows up obviously better on darker ink. Okay. So let's see which ones we like the best. And the thing is, the people who get your cards, they won't know that other people got other cards. It's kind of untied. So sometimes on a card like this, I would set them all out and then I would go back and add just a dab of glue as they're all laying there drying. And they would also do better if I had used the proper tool when I created that and flattened that down. Always use your bone folder. So here's this one. So this is Earth and Elegance. And hopefully you can see the sparkle. It is showing up on here. And the Joy of Christmas paper. This is the original. So Shining Brightly and Oh Holy Night paper, which I know a lot of you do have it because I've seen your orders come through and there's a lot has gone through. So a lot of you already have this on hand. But if you don't have this ribbon, you could use this ribbon. You could use any gold, brown, twine, the linen thread. Anything would look good. So we got those two. And then I think this is my favorite. This is the daisy paper with the copper ribbon. So it's a little bit more blingy than what my original intention was. But sometimes that's how we find out that we like it. And the Stella shows up nicely on this one too. So join me in my last minute panic as we create Christmas cards. So next week, I'm only working on Tuesday and the bulk of that will be printing labels and getting my card club out the door and their tutorials posted because those come with videos. If you're interested in my card club, you can join it for December and I'll have what's coming up the week after Thanksgiving for the next card club. And registration. So the only video that may post next week may be the one to introduce Try It class because, you know, it's holidays and I need to take some time off because I got to do a lot of work on this holiday. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving and I will catch you back here later. Bye.